got fired for a terrible idea. So I built it anyway. I used to work at a mid-sized company. Nothing fancy, just spreadsheets and a lot of people. Pretending everything was more complicated than it needed to be. About a year into the job, I noticed something dumb. We were constantly losing money on small stuff that didn't justify a full truck or even a proper route. The solution from management? Either reject the job or eat the cost and complain about it later. So I pitched an idea. I suggested building a simple platform that would connect independent drivers with those small, last-minute deliveries. Kind of like rideshare, but for packages we'd normally lose money on. It would reduce waste, fill unused capacity, and turn those lost jobs into profit. I spent weeks putting together a proposal. Numbers, projections, even a basic mock-up. I presented it in a meeting. Silence. Then my boss laughed. Not like a chuckle, like a full-on laugh. He said, "We're not a tech company. We're not trusting random drivers with client shipments. This isn't a startup pitch competition." A few others piled on, "Not how we do things." I expected pushback. What I didn't expect was getting called into HR 2 weeks later. Apparently, I'd been too focused on non-core initiatives and distracted from my role. They also said I'd pushed the idea too aggressively after following up twice. I was fired. Just like that. For a week I was pissed, then embarrassed, then broke. But the idea wouldn't leave my head. Because here's the thing, no one ever said it wouldn't work. They just said it didn't fit their company. So I decided to test it. I used what little savings I had and built a super basic version of the platform. No fancy app, just a website and a phone number. I reached out to small businesses that regularly needed urgent deliveries and pitched them directly. Then I found drivers. Not random people off the street, people already doing courier work, rideshare, or delivery gigs who wanted extra jobs between routes. First week, 3 deliveries. Second week, 11. By month 2, I had more requests than drivers. The craziest part? These were exactly the kinds of jobs my old company used to reject. 6 months later, I had to actually legitimize things: insurance, contracts, tracking systems. It stopped being a side project and became a real company. A year in, we were handling hundreds of deliveries a week across 3 cities. And last month, we signed a partnership deal with a regional logistics firm. Guess who reached out last week? My old boss. He didn't recognize my name at first when he emailed. He just knew about the company and wanted to explore collaboration opportunities. I took the call. Let him do his whole pitch. Then I said, "You fired me for this idea." Long pause. He tried to laugh it off, said something about timing and execution. I told him we'd be happy to work with his company, but as a client. Different pricing tier, of course.